Hello, everybody. We're live. We got all four of us together. Merry Christmas in July. And I got a really interesting email from someone based on my post, and she's from Sweden. And she said, Christmas in July is capital Juli, EN, then small Juli. So it's July in July. So that would be easier than typing out all of Christmas, as I was learning this week. So to introduce everyone around the table, we have Jeffrey, and he from The Shape of Life. We had Shari from Voices from the Swamp. And we have Nancy Cast, and she got that name because she has a lovely Italian name that I can't say. So she's Nancy Cast.
Nobody can say that.
Well, I wasn't going to go into that. Jeffrey can say it because he grew up in New York.
You could say.
Don't feel bad, Nancy. Nobody says my name right or spells it right the first time either.
Yeah, I know. I
usually have to just tell them Shari like Mary.
Yeah, with a Y. I know. So this is kind of a chance for us to remember some of the joy and happiness we have some of us have. We all have a memory somewhere back in there that's lighthearted and fun and interesting in December. Oh, somebody likes my antlers. Thank you. And they love your red blouse, Shari.
Oh, thank you.
And we're going to do this. We're going to be giving away items further in the show. But if you want to get a gift, what we're giving away, and you kind of get what you get when the lottery wheel runs. Nancy Cast is giving away readings, and I'll tell you. And in the description of the show is how to get in touch with her. But I will keep a list of everybody who wins. Jeffrey has just published. Well, tell them what you did just to do.
Well, Nancy and I teach Churro, and I wrote little booklets, pamphlets on all of the books. So I am in process. So I've written about 55. I'm going to 78. So what I'm offering are pamphlets. If you read Tarot and you're like, I don't really know what that card means, or I need a little push, a different perspective. That's what.
Yeah, we all have Amazon cards. Even when you read forever, you get cards you'll just get stuck on and say, that one doesn't ring through to me anymore. So Jeffrey's created a source so you don't have to get a whole book. You just get the one you want.
It's a booklet.
It's a booklet. It's a pamphlet. That's what started the American Revolution, Jeffrey. You may be in trouble. And Shari wants to offer 2 30-minute readings, and I'm going to offer some 6-month readings in Nancy Cast. Nancy Cast may be going in and out because she just moved and she's getting used to her Wi-Fi. And even though Mercury went direct, it takes it a while to decide that's what it's
for. Those days right when it goes direct, right around then, that's
the shadow. Yeah. There she's back. It. Hi, girl.
We just moved to, it's like I got this half of my room set up for my studio. The other half looks like a bomb blew up. So we're still weaving around boxes everywhere.
Yeah, how'd the move go?
The move itself.
Me too.
Smooth, so.
Yeah, every move I make now is rougher than the last.
Yeah, I'm gonna. We're probably this property we're living in with my daughters is appreciating so fast that they're thinking about maybe we should sell and move and set up a more traditional thing than Mom has her office in the dining room.
Everybody's frozen.
You're frozen. You'll come back.
You'll come back.
Don't worry.
That's what happens at Christmas time. Things freeze.
That's right.
Here I am.
There you are. And there's some other people in here saying they've moved and they're still unpacking their boxes. So we've given you a reason to ignore your boxes for the next hour. If you would type #gift in the chat if you want to be included in the drawings. That would be helpful.
They're already on it.
I know. I've seen a few of them come through. So, but I really hope people, yesterday I spent the whole day listening to Christmas carols, listening to harp music, and getting ready for the show and practicing. I'm going to be using this tarot deck for questions that might come up, Midwinter Tarot, and it's got the wands are candles, the cups are cups. I mean, wassail and all that. The swords are candy canes, and the pentacles are gifts in these cards. So it's one of those decks where but it's really wonderful deck. I got it over a year ago and I never used it. And I thought, well, I'm going to pull it out and we're going to use it. We're using it, kids. And Jeffrey's going to read with his typical Rider-Waite deck. And you said you had a deck, Shari, you were looking at?
I'm doing the Christmas Elf Red Edition.
Oh, good.
And I picked that up a couple of years ago, and it sat in the back of the shelf. And then last year I found it, and I started using it. It was like, oh, I like this deck.
Yeah, that's what I found out.
Got one for Halloween too. So.
And Nancy Cast, you want to explain about your decks?
I'm using a Rider-Waite like Jeffrey.
And
I'm sticking to the classics. Tradition, right? Traditional.
Okay.
I'm
I live in
cheat
Thoreau.
sheet in
It's the
case
only
I need
place.
it.
While you all are coming up with some questions and stuff for us, I'd like to kind of go around the group and ask, what's your favorite holiday traditions, childhood memories that you can think back and they just make you smile and kind of calm you down? I don't want to hear about the bad ones. I don't want to hear about the toy you didn't get. I really don't. And sights and sounds that instantly lift your spirits. That's where we are. So Jeffrey, what? Oh, and Jeffrey, by the way, was not raised in the tradition of garlands and Christmas trees and stuff, but he was raised in New York.
Does it have to be Christmas related?
No. I said anything that
I just, yesterday I was thinking about it and, Halloween when I was a kid, my mother didn't want to buy a new outfit. So I was a skeleton until I was like 30. She kept on putting that outfit on top of me, every year. And the skeleton legs got shorter and shorter as time went on. But I remember, we would go around the block and we went by ourselves. It was me and my sister. She's younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
You'd get my mother give me a shopping bag and it was like halfway full. It was like halfway full because there were so many kids and it was like Snickers and da, 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 da. And then at the end, when we come home, my mother go, oh, let me see, because she didn't want anything that was like unwrapped or something. Mm-hmm. She took her favorite candy out.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Every good mom takes out her candy that she likes first, and then lets the kid go through the rest.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking of that. That's all.
My twist on Halloween was my parents were married. My twist on Halloween is my parents were married in Canada where it wasn't a holiday. They were married on the 31st of October. So every year they had people that would babysit us because they just send us out with all the other trick-or-treaters and they'd go out and have their anniversary dinner. Very sensible. What, Shari, you grew up in the South.
When I was a kid, I grew up in Beaumont, Texas. Mm-hmm. And then I lived in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. And then I went back to Beaumont, Texas. And then I went back to Fort Walton Beach, Florida. And then I ended up here back in Louisiana where I was born. But I never lived here until my husband and I moved here. Oh. And we've been here since 82. And except for a 10-year period when I went out west and lived in Phoenix, I've always dealt with a wet, humid Christmas. Or you're more likely to be wearing shorts and rubber boots to get around the yard,
Yeah.
because it was never quite cold enough we didn't get cold enough weather for Christmas attire until like February. So you break out your red sweaters then and tell everybody it was for Valentine's Day.
That's right. Thank you, Marianne, for your donation. We appreciate it. Nancy Cast, do you have a holiday memory you want to bring up?
Well, I grew up in a big Italian family in the Bronx, and Christmas Eve was always at my grandmother's house, and she lived right diagonally across from the Holy Rosary Church in the Bronx. And all the cousins, the aunts, the uncles, and they'd be playing cards. The adults would be playing cards, and we played Pokino, and we had our pennies, and my grandmother would be the caller, and there'd be 10 cousins sitting around the table going, "Oh, you won last time. You cheated," that kind of thing. It was fun. It was fun. Lots of food. But Christmas morning was always back home, and we'd open up our stockings first, and then we'd have to have breakfast, and then we could open our presents, and then go somewhere and eat. Probably back to my grandmother's house. But it was always that big family thing going on.
See, I grew up, my
and my mother's brother, all the aunts and uncles lived in the same neighborhood on both sides, parental and my father's family and my mother's family. So it was like a double whammy. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, my family, my parents,
lots of memories.
My grandparents were on the other side of the Canadian border. And I had the U.S. government telling me till the age of 7 that I couldn't cross the border because my parents weren't citizens yet. And so our family was a maid family. It was a combined family. It was finding people. And so we lived with all of the people who didn't have another place to go. And that became a habit I've had all my life, is adopting and picking up all the people who didn't have someplace else to go and for the holidays. And but it was, and where I grew up in Chicago, it was cold. And it was a lot of times snowy. Very, very Christmas cardish. So
yes,
we're going to go, we're going to start, let people come in, and you're building up slowly. So we're going to start with some start issues. Okay. And I would love to know what's coming up in the next couple months with career finances, feeling that changes are coming. Nivra. So, who wants to take the question? Or we can all take the question. You can hear it from 4 different perspectives, girl. I'm going to switch cameras. Other people can't do this, and I can't do it for them. So who wants to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
I just did a past, present, future.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'll show you. Because I'm looking, I have to switch them. All right, here we go. Whoops. 1, 2, 3. So the past, you've been really practical with money. You've been really keeping things to yourself. You've been really a little bit closed, right? But at this moment, it's like I've changed my mind. Like the way I used to think and the ideas that I used to follow, that doesn't really work for me anymore. I'm really ready to break out and take on all the tools that are here for me. And I'm tired of hiding. I'm tired of keeping myself to myself, because this is a change in thought, a change in perspective. There are things that I don't want to fight with anymore. like maybe I've been fighting the wrong battle. Maybe I've been, and now I'm looking somewhere else. Now I'm looking somewhere else and taking my power back and taking my leadership back and taking my initiative back. And the thing about this card, the magic in this card is he's an orator. He's an orator. So it's important to say these things out loud to yourself or out loud to the world. I am powerful. I can have whatever I want. I am empowered. That's my take. Welcome.
Very good. What you got, Shari?
You want to go next? Want me to go
Yeah.
next?
Yeah.
Okay. First up, I got the Six of Pentacles. So we're looking at possibilities of maybe an increase in your wages or a better paying job coming along. Maybe something that you've invested in might, take a turn for the best. And so that's a positive thing to look forward to. And then I get the Star. So that's even better. That's saying that you've got good times coming up, some things to look forward to be positive about. And then we end on the Seven of Cups, which a lot of people call illusion delusion card. But on this deck, it's all full of different kind of gifts, from candies to dolls to, I don't know, looks like airplanes and horses. And so maybe that just means you've got something unexpected that's going to come in, some kind of a gift or an offering above any financial aspect. It feels like there might be some kind of a gift or something that just comes your way kind of out of the blue. But all three cards are very positive. It's all talking about things are looking up, things are looking good. Finances seem to be doing good, so I wouldn't be worried at all.
Nancy Cast.
Yes, I start out with the Nine of Pentacles. So that to me indicates that there's good financial prospects. Okay, so don't worry about the money, because the money's going to be there for you. And then I have the Strength card. There's the Strength card, and you have the strength to make the changes that you need to make. We're in Leo season. Leo is the lion. So start now looking around and see where it is that you might think you want to land, and what type of position you think you might want to go for. And while you do that, we've got the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is saying, use your intuition, follow your heart, use your intuition. If you have an inkling about something, or even if I went for a job once and I knew I was going to hate it, but I had to take it because I had $20 left to my name. So I had to take this job, and I knew it was going to be terrible, but I did it anyway. If you feel it's going to be not good, don't do it. Use your intuition and wait for the right thing to come along. But there's a very good possibility to improve your finances. That's what I got.
Okay, your girl, I got the same thing. You've been looking at the gifts you've gotten. This is a page of coins, page of presents. You've been looking at the gifts you've been given, and you're deciding how best to use them, and you are ready to break out. The Two of Coins, this is the Two of Canes, which is the Two of Swords, and it's reversed. So you're ready to break out. You've been sitting for a while trying to decide what to really do, and now you're going to be able to go on because you got the Page of Canes. Pages are really interesting because they're ideas that we're really working with right now, and they're bringing new light into our lives. And this one says you're ready to go for it. You've looked at it all over, and you are ready when it's going to be handed to you, and you're going to be ready to go. So I think it's going to look good for you. Okay. And And for those, we are doing giveaways during this reading. So I'm going to do the first giveaway. And the first giveaway I'm going to do is Shari wants to do 2 30-minute readings. So this person will be the first person with Shari. Now I'm going to see if this giveaway tool works like it says it will. Yay, 3 shifting veils. You get it. You get the 3 30 minutes. And I have your information. I'll be able to get that to Shari.
Shari, you're
What?
I've got Debbie's information too, so yeah. I
Okay,
can,
you know.
okay.
yeah. She's been on a couple of times with me, so
Okay.
Oh,
she's
great.
a sweetie. Yeah, she's an
And
absolute.
guess who the next question was? My life is chaotic right now. When do you see me starting my next chapter? She wants to work with.
You know what I'm getting right away? It's like you
What?
could be starting it, like before I even read the cards. It's like you could be doing it right now. You could do it today. You could do it today.
I think she's more worried about the chaotic family life. So I'm
Yeah.
going to look at that part because it's hard to be bright and cheery and
Yeah.
and do what we need to do. And I really appreciate y'all coming out on this.
On this cold December day.
On this cold December.
Oh my God!
Scrape that frost off the window you have in Florida there, Debbie.
Where are my Uggs?
Yes. Oh, I can tell you right now, you're sitting at the 4 of Canes. You've been in a resting position. That's a 4 of Swords, girl. But you are going through a complete transition. All this chaos that's around you, it's clearing it out for you so you can move forward. And then you've got the page of, this is a page of Wands. So you're getting ready, the 4 of Wands. You're ready to move on and do something better, build a new base for yourself. So you've done the work, girl. You just haven't picked it up yet. So Jeffrey, what'd you see? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the home, and it's like it's going to change like in an instant. It's going to change like in an instant. It's going to change, and that's when you're going to be able to build stuff. That's when you're going to be able to build. Yeah. The burden is almost done. The burden is almost done. It's almost. My feeling is like around the corner. Around the corner. That's my feeling. I don't have a date, but I have like an around the corner. That's what I got. Because I was concentrating also on the when. That's all I have to say.
Okay, Shari?
Well, I started out with the High Priestess. So this is telling me rely upon your intuition, rely upon that gut feeling of what's going on. It can be very difficult when you've got chaotic family life around you because you're picking up on everybody else's emotions as well as your own. And that can make things very hard to do. But just listen to that inner voice. And I know you're good at doing that. And just be able to focus in for your own peace of mind. And then I get the 6 of Swords. So this is telling me you may have a little journey ahead of you. Traveling by water, maybe. From anything from a simple boat ride to actually packing up and saying, I'm moving somewhere else. So it feels very much like you've got some travel coming up of some kind. And don't be surprised if it's by water. It may be by another mode of transportation and you just cross over water, but it feels more like you might be taking a boat ride. And then we get the 9 of Cups. And so that's ending with happiness, with fulfillment, things starting to kind of go along the right path. It just seems like, especially when you're dealing with your readings and whatnot, with past life readings, it just feels like as you get more settled and centered, the easier it's going to be for you to be able to go in and help others find that same source of comfort. That's what I'm getting for you.
Nancy Cast?
Yes, I have. First, I have the Emperor. Yes.
Mhm.
First, I have the Emperor, and the Emperor is reminding you to stand in your power, claim your power. You have the power to do this, to make this happen. Um, that's the first message, and then there's the King of Wands, and the King Wands have to do with Earth, have to do with creativity. So the King of Wands is saying you have the creativity, and you have the you've got everything that you need to do what you want to do with these readings. You just have to you have to have the confidence. So this guy is going to give you the confidence to get it done. And what is the final outcome? Well, there's going to be pentacles. There'll be money. So it's going to be fruitful for you. Yeah. So it's happening. It's happening.
And perhaps you should hold off on getting the final reading on this from Shari when it really starts moving, girl. Okay, and I'm going to go back to me being live on camera because I wore my antlers just for today. Okay. Jen Catlane said I was unable to remember the name of your channel, so I'd look you up.
I know, J Cat Lady. I might even change the name again. It's just
that's everything.
You found me.
You found him. He can't escape you. That's fine. And then a general reading for Jean.
Okay. I'm going to do a general 3-month. That's what I'm going to do.
It's going to be an interesting 3 months, guys.
Yeah, it is.
And if you want to be part of the drawing, you need to type #gift in the chat and it'll find you. Okay. Nancy, you want to go first?
Sure. I start out with the Queen of Swords. And what I'm getting from this Queen of Swords is that your strength is in your mental acuity. This Queen of Swords is saying, stay clear-headed. Don't get jumbled up with all the craziness that's going on around you and around the world. And, just stay clear-headed because your strength is in clarity of mind. And then the High Priestess says, of course. And don't forget to use your intuition, because that's what's going to help you to maintain your clarity of mind is your intuition. Stick with that, what's in your heart, what's in your gut kind of thing. And then the swords will start making sense. And after that's all said and done, you're going to take a rest. The Hermit. The Hermit is going to I don't want to say shut down, but the Hermit is going to you're going to need to take time for yourself. You're going to need to take time to put yourself first, and you're going to be on top of the mountain, and you're going to look from the top of the mountain. Once you've got the clarity of mind and you've got the intuition that you need to understand where you're going, you're going to stand up on the top of the mountain and you're going to look down and you're going to say, okay, from a higher perspective, now I have the higher perspective. Now what am I going to do next? And then it'll be New Year's and you'll have a brand new beginning in 2027. So that's how I see you spending the next couple of months.
Great. Shari?
That's what the cards say anyway.
Mhm.
Well, the first one that came up was the Chariot. And so I had to kind of look at the other two to see kind of what direction the meaning of this is going in. And it feels like this is saying that things are going to start moving just full speed ahead, nothing to hold you up. Because the next card we got was the Two of Cups. And that's talking about some companionships, maybe a partnership, yeah, even a romantic relationship if you're not already in one. But it feels like there's some kind of a partnership or union that's going to be forming coming up soon. And with the Chariot, they're saying it's going to be coming right on along. So hang on to your britches because it's going to be for a ride. And then the last thing I got was the Sun. And so that's saying, everything's coming up roses, as the old song goes.
Mhm.
And it just feels like whatever it is that's marching right in on you, it's going to provide some kind of a new companionship or union or something along those lines. And it's going to come up with roses. I mean, it's smelling nice there.
Mhm.
So you got some good stuff coming up for you.
Jeffrey, what'd you get?
I had an interesting reading too. I have the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is offered an opportunity in the real world and takes it. As simple as that. He's offered an opportunity, he takes it. Or, he's forming something and it's worthwhile. And it leads to the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is the international card. The Three of Wands is this energy of I'm looking forward with hope into the future. I have creative ideas. I want to make them into something. I have enough experience. I know how to bring things together. I know how to let go. I know how to receive. I know how to do both at the same time. They're both yellow, which is really full of like optimism and hope. And then I go into the Five of Pentacles. Don't get worried. Five is a change. So what I feel like there's going to be a change in your sense of security. There's going to be a change in your sense of security because you took this opportunity and are looking at things in a foreign way, in a way that you're not used to, in a more expansive way, in a more creative way. And then after this, the Five of Pentacles summons is this opportunity to really look at ourselves and say, where have I left myself out in the cold? How can I see the opportunities that are in front of me and take advantage of them instead of being in my own, blinders.
Mhm.
And then the final is the Queen. And the Queen of Pentacles is practical and loving and nurturing. And this is really the card of self-love. This is the card of a profound self-practical mothering. And that's the way through. The way through is through your own body, your own heart. That's the way through whatever you're going through. And that's the way through to get the information. It's like, oh, this is the opportunity. So it's a very practical self-care energy that takes you into the next phase. Nice reading, really nice reading.
What I got for you is in the recent past, you've walked past and gotten rid of a lot of people that were negative to you, that were bringing you down. And it's made you much stronger. It's turned your energy into the King of Canes, King of Swords. You're able to move forward and pursue your own mental things. And you're actually nurturing a whole new self. This is the Empress. You're really nurturing a whole new self. And boy, are you ready for it, because your out cards are the Eight of Cups, which is the wish card, and the world. Your world is going to change into what you've always wished it to be. You've really been working on this, Jean, and it's coming through. And you just have to never, you now know how to get rid of the negative people. And this is a great time in with the way the planets are moving, a lot of other stuff that's going on to get rid of them. So that's a good one for you. So we're going to do one more giveaway. Nivra. We're getting all the people we've been reading, and it's a random thing that they've created. We have no control of it. So Nivra, you know how to reach me, and this is to get a reading from Nancy Cast. And if you can contact me at either Crystal Directions, my Gmail, or Nancy's information is in the description below. So I hope that helps. Next question. One of my guides have a message for me from Joe. Okay. What are the guides saying to her, Jeffrey?
I saw her in the garden, actually.
Okay.
Saw her outside, and so this is before the car. I felt like she was in the garden, and they're saying, relax.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying, relax.
Okay.
That was just before I threw a card.
Okay.
You want me to go next?
Yeah.
Okay. Starting out with the Five of Wands, there's some kind of conflict going on around you. Maybe a little infighting. I don't know if that's family or maybe work, but it's just conflict going on around you, and it doesn't mesh with where your vibe is right now. But then we get the King of Wands. And so this is somebody more in a leadership position, probably a man, but it could be a woman. Someone that's going to kind of help take the temperature down in the room and get everybody to kind of let's calm ourselves. Let's talk this out. Let's work this out. And then in the end, I got the Strength card because you're strong enough to handle it and get through it. And whatever it is that's happened, it gets worked out. It feels to me like while it may not be a conflict that involves you directly, because of the fact that the temperature gets brought down about that, it's going to provide a lot of comfort for you. And there are going to be others around you that are going to see a strength from you during this episode of time when there's this conflict. And they're going to be very encouraged just by your own self-will of being able to handle whatever comes your way. So whatever it is that's coming up, it's going to be taken care of, and people are going to look at you for leadership.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I
I
got.
kind of got more of the same, but what I see is you've been giving away your power. You've really, really been giving away your power. And this is the Six of Pentacles. And you want to be generous and you want to be kind to people, but it's putting you behind the eight ball because this is the Wheel of Fortune. Your guides are telling you, and they're telling you this all the time, you need to be taking care of yourself first before you start taking care of a lot of other people. And there's going to be a lot of changes between now and October that is going to make that easier for you to have happen. But you don't have to ask us to tell you what your guides are saying. Just turn around and say, hey guys, what's going on? Because the second you invite them in, sometimes they won't shut up, but often they will, and they'll give you the good, kind advice. And that's what you've been doing. You've been ignoring asking them. You think, I'm going to get help from somewhere out there, and that's not necessarily true. So, who has not spoken? Is it someone not spoken?
Yep.
I can go.
Okay, go.
I'm starting. I start with the world. I start with the world, and that means the cycle has ended. There's some kind of completion happening coming up in your life. Something is finishing, and a new
Nancy's, in honor of the Christmas season, Nancy's frozen.
There I am.
Okay, keep going.
Okay. So, with the new cycle, I got the Three of Cups celebration. It's going to put you in a place where you're happy. Your life isn't so tense anymore. There's a peacefulness that comes out of there's two major arcana. So this is a lifetime, a big change. This isn't just, I'm going to buy the vanilla ice cream and not the chocolate. This is like real sustainable change.
Okay, there she goes again. We're gonna move on. Yeah, if you guys would please hit.
Did we get all that?
Yeah, we got it all. If you listen carefully. Nancy's just moved, and I talked her into doing this, perhaps prematurely. But please hit thumbs up buttons on Jeffrey and we're the ones that are feeding this right now. And I want to thank the 10 new members I picked up last week. I don't know from where, but they showed up. Yeah, I know. I've been doing past life readings for a few people with my timeline therapy certification. Will continuing this endeavor be lucrative for me? Let's see. Timeline reading past lives for people. Everybody seems to want to know about them.
You know what I get? I get it's the foundation of something. I get that it's one of the things you do, but I feel like it's the foundation for you to either build something new or to do an adjunct or a tangent. That's what it feels like. It feels like it's a stepping stone in a way, but I mean a big, wide stepping stone. Not like, oh, I'm going to fall. I got to go. But that's the feeling initially. And now.
Okay. What you get?
First up, we get the Empress. So it feels like something's coming to fruition. Possibly something new. Something that you kind of got your eye on there. But then we get the Eight of Swords, and that feels like maybe you're kind of twisting yourself up into knots about it when you don't need to be, because it's almost like a self-bondage. It's like you're tying yourself up, telling yourself, no, I don't need to do that for myself. I can do something for somebody else better. But sometimes it's a good thing to do something for ourselves, because that then puts us in a better situation to help others. And the last one we got was the Fool. And that's talking about new beginnings, stepping out and getting, you're getting past this tied up aspect, and you got something new coming up that's going to be very fruitful for you. So it feels like the new certification is going to help you with what you're doing, and I think it's going to be very lucrative for you. It's just going to be a matter of properly grounding yourself and preparing yourself for such readings so that you don't get weighed down with whatever mess they're dealing with. But it feels very positive. It's you've got new opportunities coming your way.
Good. Well, mine summed up in one card. The Ace of Canes, which is the Ace of Swords. Yes, you're at a new beginning. You're at a new beginning. Nancy, did you have a comment you wanted to put in?
Yeah, I do. I start out with the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups is that, you know, that knight in shining armor. But I think this is you, because cups have to do with emotions, and when you're doing past life readings for people, that there's an emotional impact there, and so that's how I see the Knight of Cups. Then we have the Magician. Magician is saying that you have all the tools that you need. You're going to get this certification, and you'll have all the tools that you need for this this to happen, right? So don't worry about that. And then I also have the Ace of Swords. I also have the Ace of Swords,
Yeah,
and
two of us got that one for you. Yeah.
and this is like it's like what is this? This is kind of like something, yeah. And so yeah. It could be very lucrative for you. Yeah.
Okay.
When you see the Magician and an Ace, how could you lose?
I know.
I got good cards. I also started with this, which is I agree. This is you offering people their heart back, showing them how to work with it, because he's a healer. This is a healer.
Right.
And then I get strength. Just like you're being guided by your own eternal spirit to tame yourself and to focus the energy. I mean, it's beautiful. And then I get the 6. And this is really, for me, this is really about being in that flow of giving and receiving, So maybe, you know, let's say you want to charge, you know, $10. I'm just using a number. You want to charge $10. And someone says, I can't do $10. Can we do an exchange? You're going to get as much out of it as you put into it. There's going to be this real exchange, not just monetarily, but in terms of security. It's going to mesh you with people in a way that's very healthy and good, and then it makes you become more and more of who you really are. There you go.
And we're going to go to the giveaway tool, and now we are going to give away the second 30-minute reading from Shari. Eliza Bassett.
Who again?
Eliza Bassett. For Shari's second 30-minute reading. This is so much fun.
Yeah, and I'll get the info on you from Miss Nancy Jean. So
right. So if you guys can get in touch with me and make sure I have an email for you. I think I do, but you know, sometimes your emails don't match your chat name, so don't count on that. Okay, so this is a Christmas memory, and this is also what we're doing here today, remembering things. In December, my parents made divinity and peanut brittle. Mama bought the candy dishes, the lids for cheap at the dime store. Remember when there were dime stores? Remember when you could get something with a dime? And our teachers at schools and church were always given these things full of candy. Yep. I remember those days too. Those are fun. Thank you, Candy Melon, for your super sticker. And here's another. This is a question. What a coincidence. The Spirit talks about Christmas in July. When it comes to crypto investments, what cards say about the next 6 days? Okay, Bill P., you may not have wanted to really ask this question, but you asked it.
What the hell?
You know,
I'm going to throw 6 cards. There you go.
I mean, 6 days. Throw it however you want. You can pull 1 card, 2 cards, whatever. What'd you pull, Jeffrey?
Okay. Day 1, you have the investment. Day 2, you sit on it. Day 3, you still sit on it. Still sit on it. Day 4 is when the big illusion comes. Day 5, make that decision and make it right, because the sword can cut either way. Day 5 is the day. Day 5 is the day to make the decision. Because it can go either way. It can go, it's new or it's dead. And then day 6 is a renewal.
Okay.
That's what I got.
Sherry, do you want to read on it?
I don't like my cards I got for Billy.
Bill, is there some way you could move it to somewhere else? Because that's what my cards are saying.
My first card is Ace of Wands. So, that's kind of a new beginning, a new start. Okay, a new opportunity going there. But then we go into the 5 of Pentacles, and that's telling me that there's going to be some losses there.
I can go. I got a couple of cards. Can you guys hear me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Sherry's talking right now.
Hang on,
Oh, I'm
on the
sorry.
phone.
I
That's
don't see
okay.
her.
And then I got the 5 of Pentacles. Like I said, something is there's just some bad influences there, let's just say. And then I get the 5 of Cups, which isn't that much better. So it's starting out looking good, but then it's ending up like you're looking at possible losses.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put all your cookies in one cookie jar.
Okay. What'd you get? What'd you get, Nancy Cast?
I just have 2 cards to tell this story. The first card is everybody's been all fat, dumb, and happy making all this money out of crypto, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then comes the Tower.
Oy.
So I don't know what the Tower means, but it ain't good.
Oy.
It ain't good.
So
Oy.
what I got for you was it's a negative card. That's a no the first day, a no the second day, a no the third day. The market's really fallen apart by the 4th day. The 5th day, we have the Queen of Swords is now upside down. You had the King of Swords upside down, the Queen of Swords upside down. But your out card is the 9 of Gifts. Now, this may be a game of chicken where you have to wait it out. But the only good card in there was the 9 of Gifts. And with those other cards leading up to it, the gift may be that you called us today and asked us and told you to move your money.
Yeah.
Thank you for paying us up front, Bill. Okay, I'm going to do another drawing.
What an interesting variety of cards for that, actually.
Yeah.
Guess who won?
Bill, they need to move where you are, Jeffrey, because that seemed to have had a lot of positivity.
Right, Billy, you won a reading. And this time it's going to be a 6-month reading with me. And you're going to have to send me your information so I can send you the link to do that. And I will put the address in a thing below my stuff, because if somebody hadn't figured out, they've been on for 54 minutes, they haven't figured out how to get in the chat, I can't help you.
What station are they on? Are they looking? Because you can't, if you're looking from my channel, you can't get into chat. If you're doing it from Nancy Jean's, you can. Yeah. If that helps. Maybe
they can get into chat from your channel. We got that lady who said she couldn't find you. Could email?
Yes, I'm still in the same apartment in Mexico City. Cat lady.
She could be in the wrong chat looking for you.
This is the email you need to, Billy. because I really want to talk to you, Guy. My 6-month readings are really good, and there's something in your reading that said what waiting and watching is also important.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's why I got the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups is sitting there. He's offered something, like maybe someone says, "Oh, you give it to me for this," and he's like, "Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm." Yeah, very. It was
okay.
very odd collection.
Okay. Okay, and this lady's wondering, Candy Mullen. I was wondering if I might give my children too much support. They're 25 and 26, but they're struggling finding their true path. Okay. I've been accused of this also, Nancy Candy, so I'm going to let somebody else answer this question because that one's kind of close to my heart. Who wants to go first?
They see you.
I was shuffling the deck, and the Queen of Pentacles fell out, and she's the mothering queen, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's the like the Earth mothering queen. So yeah, and believe me, Candy, I've struggled with this myself, and my children are older than 25 and 26, and they still call me and bust my chops. And it's sometimes it's a little frustrating, but that's what this, yeah, maybe too much mothering. I don't know how to get out of it because I've been in the loop myself, so I'm not a good person, to ask that part of it. But the answer is yes, too much mothering.
Okay. Shari?
Well, the first thing I
Shari, who also lives with her family like I live with my family. So this
my son lives with me. He's 42.
I'm here with my children. You want to see them? Here are my children.
Yeah. There's Jeffrey's children.
That's the best kind to have.
All they want is chocolate.
The best kind.
That's all they want.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's me, my son who's in his 40s, my brother who's in his late 50s, and his son who's in his early 20s now. So we got a very diversified house.
In there.
And people wonder why I wanted my own room. After 10 plus years of living in the living room, I am loving having my own room. So, yeah. Okay, we're starting out with the 10 of Wands. So you're piling a bunch of extra burden on yourself that you don't need. It's one thing to provide, to be there as support for your children, especially once they're grown, in some aspects, but you short circuit their ability to think outside the box if you're always there to pick up the pieces. And I'm speaking to myself as much as to you because it's not an easy thing to deal with. And then we got the 6 of Swords. So you may be either you're going to take a little trip, or maybe it's time for them to move on and move forward. That feels more right to me, that this is just spirit saying it's time for them to move forward with their life. It's nice to know that mama's there to catch them if they fall too hard, but you gotta fall some in order to rise above it and keep going. And then I get the 7 of Pentacles, which again, it depending, you don't want to hinder your children. You want to give them the knowledge that if push comes to shove, mom's there to help guide them. But basically, there comes a point when they got to be responsible for their own lives, and that's a difficult thing to deal with. So it's a real balance you got to work with.
Jeffrey, I think you put your 2 cents in, didn't you?
No,
About
I
it?
didn't, but
you kind of go with the flow.
No, I mean, I concur. So this is how they see you, right? Endlessly wealthy, endless. And it's like, oh, I can get this from her, and I can get this, I can get that, and I can get this, and I can get that. The key to the 8 is that it's self-imposed. And you have to allow them to work their way out of their own place that they put themselves in. Because the only way that the 8 can escape is by self-realization. But it can't be, she's blindfolded. It's got to be an interior thing. So sometimes you see somebody doing something so messed up, so stupid, it's so like anti what they should be doing, and it's like you have to allow them the space to do it so they can make a mistake and learn from it, not be there to pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
That's
so. Hopefully that gives you some guidance. We're going to talk now about Jeffrey's gift that he's giving away. I'm going to give him a chance to talk about it so you understand what you're in the drawing for, and explain what you've been up to, Jeffrey.
Okay. Well, Nancy and I have been teaching tarot together for a long time. And, we go through card by card. And, even if you've been reading for years, there's always a card or two. It's like, I don't really quite get it. I know there's something about this card I'm missing. I don't understand or whatever. So I have written about like 8 or 10 page pamphlets on every single card in the deck. And so I offer them on Amazon as a PDF. Oh, what does the Queen of Wands mean? What does the King of Wands mean? Whatever it is. And so that's what I'm offering. So if you win the gift, you get to choose a card. And if I haven't written it yet, because I have about 14 left or something like that, I'll just write it and
How does one acquire this gem?
You can go to Amazon. I have a page on Amazon, so I offer my pamphlets, and I also offer the other book that I wrote, the 39 spread. What's it called?
Yes.
The Shadow Work Tarot Workbook.
Right.
So that's a way to use the cards to ask questions, like deep questions of yourself. So that's also available on Amazon. And that's what I've been doing. And it's actually, I've learned a lot about the tarot, even though I've been teaching tarot, reading tarot. Like I had to really look at the card, and it's like, well, what else could it mean? What else does it mean? What else? So I try to put in as many understandings of the card as I have. And it's also kind of like a teach yourself sort of guide, because I ask questions. What do you think it means? Because at the end of the day, you have to have your own interpretation of the card. Doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what Nancy says. It doesn't matter what Shari says. It doesn't matter what the other Nancy said. It's like you have to have your own interpretation and understanding of the card. And that's what I hope to, bring you to.
Okay. So we're gonna do a giveaway tool, and we're gonna do it 2 times in a row for Jeffrey. This is to get a copy of Jeffrey's books, a booklet, one of the booklets for free. Sandra. And I think I have an email for you, but if you wouldn't mind sending me it again through my email.
Congratulations. Pick a good card.
Congratulations. And we're going to try drawing one more person. Rossi.
Yay.
See, then you won't have to remember when we're on to get your answers. We're going to do one more because we're coming up on the hour, guys. We're going to do one more drawing for me, and this is for a 6-month reading.
Congratulations, both of you, Sandra and Rossi.
Cat Lady.
Yay.
Ooh.
Cat Lady.
I see you in the chat quite a bit, so maybe we can help you see the next 6 months. And what else? Does anybody have anything else? Jeffrey's got his new books that are out. Nancy Cast is building her stuff up so that she's going to learn the system, learn how to plug it in. What you got going on, Shari?
I'm doing a fundraiser tonight, 9 p.m. Central Time, for one of the members of the community. Her name's Vanessa. She's been disabled and is fighting to get her disability and is on the verge of being evicted if she doesn't come up with money by the end of next week. So we're doing a little fundraiser for her tonight, try to see if we can at least get her caught up on her rent and maybe be able to pay ahead by a month or two to kind of give her some breathing room. So anybody that wants to come, we're going to give away prizes, different people popping in and out. Everybody's welcome. And other than that, I'm doing an interview with Evelyn from Life After Life, NDE. Even though I've never had a near-death experience, I've done several interviews with her over the past couple of years, just talking about different aspects of being an intuitive. And she's very sweet, and she invited me to come on again. So, and then I know I've got stuff the end of the week, but I don't remember, and my book is buried somewhere.
Yeah, well,
I don't know where it's at right
now. We'll keep an eye out, and if you're subscribed to your channel, you'll get notifications.
That's it. And I try to post my schedule on Sunday night for the upcoming week so that you can kind of look in one spot and plan ahead.
Right. And what I've got my usual Tuesday show. I've got tomorrow in the morning with Scott. We're going to be looking at politics, which we will skip over lightly right now, since that's the best way to deal with politics right now. And although Texas is working real hard to not be Louisiana's crazy next door neighbor.
Louisiana's in the running to be the #1 crazy. So
I know. Well, Texas finally slipped. We're 49th in life choices in the states. We're with healthcare and everything else. We used to be, when I moved to Texas, it was in the middle range. Then it got up to where it was in the top 5, and now I've watched what's happening just tear us all down. So I'm ready for change. Anyway, so I've got that tomorrow morning with Scott, if you're tuned to my channel. And then Tuesday, I'm doing my Tuesday show, and I'm not even sure what it's going to be about yet. It's one of those works in progress. But Wednesday, on the 29th, I am going to be introducing my book club. That's for members. Now, it's going to be an open show for everybody to understand what the book club is about, but I found 2 incredibly interesting series of books. The Accidental Medium is one, and the other is the Myrtle Wood Crone series, which is about women coming to terms with their power and assuming the roles of head crone of fire, water, air, and earth. And that's fascinating. But the fascinating things about these stories is it's the first time I've read a witch book that wasn't somebody who woke up at 32, found out they were a witch, and then fell in love with the local cop, and it became that kind of a story. These are real. Well, that's lovely. It's not nearly that romantic, but I really when I read these books, the Accidental Medium is a woman who wakes up and finds out she's a medium, but she starts dealing with the higher and more difficult parts of being mediums, and you see her working with other people who are in that world and how they support each other and how they grow. And it's something I sense in our community. A lot of people are knowing they're changing, they're knowing they need to grow, and they really, the books are just, they made me sit up and go, oh my God, to the point that I ordered the books and I found it out. I have all the ways you can find them, whether it's through a library or bookstores, or the cheapest ways to find them. They're all on audiobooks, so if you can get over on YouTube and you can find them on audiobooks. But anyway, I would like you to come over on the 29th. That'll be at 1 o'clock. I will be discussing how this all works, because I can take one person at a time and hold their hand through what it's like to grow. But these books gave me an opportunity to open up a world where they could discuss it with a lot of other people and see that we're all in different places and how it happens. So anyway, and I want to thank everybody who came today and helped me have Christmas in July.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful driving
Feliz
home.
Navidad.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
Probably as sober as I've ever been in a Christmas.
Icy out there. You careful.
And anyway, so everybody take care. And I
Where are the Uggs? I need my Uggs.
bye.
Bye.